Do you remember the girl with the violet voice? Let me remind you if you don't. Once upon a time, there was a place called the Land of the Nightingales. The Sultan of this country loved nightingales dearly. His nightingales sang such sweet songs that many came from far and wide to hear them. The girl with the violet voice was the caretaker of these precious nightingales. The girl's voice was as soft and as smooth as a violet. She fed and watered the nightingales, but she also taught them how to sing. In time, she even formed a nightingale choir in the palace. More and more people started to come to listen to the nightingales sing. In time, the young girl started to need help taking care of all of the birds. She went to the Sultan and said, "My Sultan, if you see fit, let us find someone to help with the nightingales, so we can take even better care of them." The Sultan thought that was a good idea. He ordered his criers to go to the four corners of the country and announce his need for a helper in the palace. Here is what the criers said. "Hear one, hear all. Our palace is in need of someone to help take care of the nightingales." Just like everyone else, Miss Shadow also heard the announcement. This girl had neither dark hair nor dark eyes. In fact, she was blonde with blue eyes, so there was nothing dark or shadowy about her at first glance. But for whatever reason, Miss Shadow is what they called her. But that is for a different story. Miss Shadow wanted desperately to be in the palace. In all honesty, she was also a bit jealous of the girl with the violet voice. But Miss Shadow didn't like animals, and her voice wasn't beautiful enough to make the nightingales sing. Seeing that Miss Shadow had her mind made up, her mother asked her, "Oh, my Miss Shadow, what will you do at the palace? Once they see my beauty, that will be the end of it. What does the girl with the violet voice have that I don't?" If you took just a look, of course, one girl was not better than the other. But a mother tells no lies, and the girl did not possess the qualities expected of a palace helper. Miss Shadow had a plan. The next day, she set out for the palace before anyone else. She stopped everyone she crossed paths with and sent them back home. "Haven't you heard? The Sultan has decided he doesn't want another helper, and they sent me to let everyone know," she said. That is how she made everyone turn back. At the palace, there was no other choice, so they had to choose Miss Shadow as the new helper. The girl with the violet voice tried her best to teach Miss Shadow everything she knew. When to feed and water the nightingales, the time to work, and the time to rest. But Miss Shadow just spent her days getting all dressed up and enjoying her time at the palace. She was so sly that she never let anyone see her true intentions. When she was asked, "Have the nightingales been watered?" "Yes, yes," she replied. But the truth was she forgot them sometimes. A nightingale may sing, but it cannot speak, so they could not tell anyone of their troubles. Days went by, and the day Miss Shadow was waiting for arrived. Many esteemed guests came from far and wide, from the north and the south, to listen to the choir of nightingales sing in the palace garden. The girl with the violet voice was at the head of the choir. "I must be at the head of the choir no matter what," thought Miss Shadow. So she would show everyone just how wonderful she was. The day of the performance arrived. Miss Shadow went to the girl with the violet voice and said, "A baby nightingale escaped to the cellar. I tried everything, but I could not get it out." "Oh, poor little thing. I shall save it now," said the girl with the violet voice. But when she got there, she was all alone in the cellar, with no baby nightingale in sight. All she heard was the sound of the door being locked behind her. Miss Shadow's plan was working flawlessly. When the nightingales took their place on the trees, Miss Shadow put on her finest clothes and took to the stage. Then it all went wrong. None of the nightingales were singing. Miss Shadow panicked. What did the girl with the violet voice do to make them sing? She wondered. But it was too late. The nightingales were as silent as the crowd waiting to hear them sing. Just then, they heard a song coming from the lower levels of the palace. "My nightingales, where are you? Your voices cannot reach me here. Fluffy, sunny, goldy flame, all of you come fly to me." The nightingales heard the call and flew to the dark room under the palace. The palace guards freed the girl with the violet voice and brought her to the stage. Miss Shadow's plan had failed. "How did you get out of there?" she asked. "Simple. I called their names and they came," said the girl with the violet voice. Although it all turned out okay, Miss Shadow did not get away with what she had done. The Sultan found her a job, one that was just right for her. She didn't even have to deal with animals anymore. She became the new palace crier. She walked the streets with her big drum, shouting to the townspeople, "Hear one, hear all! Our palace is in need of someone to help take care of the nightingales." 3 apples fell from the sky. One on the head of the girl with the violet voice, one on the head of whoever wrote this story, and one on the head of whoever listened to it.